As Jesse mentioned to start the program, in early 1861, the state of Virginia prepared to vote on secession from the Union by electing local representatives to debate and vote on the issue. Clark County's own Hugh Nelson was elected to attend the convention as a Constitutional Union Party delegate. On March 26, 1861, Nelson took the floor of the convention and delivered the following address. Sir, if we can get such constitutional guarantees as will be satisfactory to Virginia, and ought to be so for the South, as I think we can, I would entreat the Confederate States to return to the Union. Sir, I hope, nay, I have an abiding faith they will return. I pray to God that the time may not be too far distant when all our difficulties will be adjusted, and we will again be united and a prosperous and happy people. The vote for secession came to the floor of the convention on April 4th. As expected, Nelson voted for the Union and against secession. Nelson was in the majority, and Virginia delegates voted to stay in the Union. Unfortunately, the first armed conflict of the war loomed only days away in the form of the attack on Fort Sumter. On April 10th, Nelson posted a letter to his home. I am writing today with a sad and heavy heart. I have not felt so sad since the day my mother died. This day, an ordinance of secession will be passed, which will sever Virginia from the Union, and then indeed the Union will be gone forever. When I think of the past and look forward to the future, it almost unnerves me. On April 17th, the second vote for secession came to the floor. Nelson remained firm in his belief that the Union and this country must prevail and cast the vote accordingly, but Virginia voted overwhelmingly to secede. Nelson and all of Clark County was now a part of a war they never wanted, but the county was duty-bound to honor the vote and follow the rest of Virginia into epic bloodshed. Nelson would later offer the dark, foreboding comment, predicting his beloved Clark County and Virginia were soon to become fields of blood. Nelson went on to write in the same letter, "Can you blame me that I wish to try all peaceful means before that last resort?" On a side note, it's interesting to know that in the Clark County delegate election, Hugh Nelson defeated secessionist William Nelson, a relative who moved to Clark County in 1852. Imagine that, several politicians with the same name in Clark County. Can't understand that. William Nelson formed a company of Clark infantry known as the Nelson Rifles. While leading his men in the First Battle of Manassas, he was severely wounded in the chest. He thought better of that whole war thing at that point and never fought again. Clark County was indeed a community at a crossroads.